The world's most powerful military alliance is about to crack. And the reason why isn't on the battlefield. It's a trillion-dollar secret that connects directly to the food on your table and your entire financial future. In just one sentence, 77 years of promises, poof, gone. The world's strongest alliance was suddenly made of glass, and a global crisis ignited right when the world felt like it was sitting on a powder keg. So here's the big mystery. NATO was built for exactly this kind of moment. So why is it breaking apart from the inside? Well, the answer has nothing to do with what you've been told and everything to do with money. Okay, just picture this. The US kicks off a major military operation. They call up their NATO allies for backup, expecting a yes. Instead, they get a door slammed in their face. Spain shuts down its airspace. Italy denies landing rights at a key airbase. France does the same. This stunning act of defiance leads to a total meltdown, with the US calling the entire alliance a paper tiger. But this wasn't just about politics. No, the real reason was much more basic. This right here, this is the hidden story. The conflict shut down a key shipping route, not just for oil, but for fertilizer. Suddenly, the price of urea, which farmers absolutely need, shot up 23% in a single month. Farmers in Spain and Italy were getting crushed, putting insane pressure on their governments. You see, the choice to say no wasn't made in some fancy office. It was made because of the numbers on a farmer's spreadsheet. But that whole fertilizer crisis, that was just the final straw. See, the cracks in NATO have been growing for years, and it all comes back to a single number that you've definitely heard before, 2%. It's the reason everyone thinks the alliance is in trouble, and it's also completely misunderstood. So let's just clear this up once and for all. What is this 2% rule? It is not a law. It is not a treaty. It's a guideline, a handshake agreement made back in 2014 for each country to try and spend 2% of its own economic output on its own military. And this is where everybody gets it wrong. People think this is some kind of membership fee you pay to NATO, and if you don't pay up, you owe money to the United States. That is 100% false. There's no central pot of money, there is no debt. A country being delinquent doesn't exist. It's just a yardstick to measure how much a country is investing in itself. And this chart shows you exactly why that yardstick can be so misleading. Look, the US spends almost 3.5% of its gigantic economy on defense. That's over $900 billion. Now look at Germany. They're technically under the target at 1.57%, but that's still more than $70 billion. That's way, way more money than Estonia, which is over the target but only spends about $1 billion. See, the percentage doesn't tell you the whole story. Not even close. But honestly, arguing about percentages is a total distraction from a much bigger financial bomb that's going off. And this one has a price tag that affects every single one of us. In 2024, the total defense bill for all NATO countries hit $1.47 trillion. No, that's not a typo, that's trillion with a T. And when that much cash gets thrown at one thing all at once, it doesn't just buy weapons, it creates a massive economic shockwave. So how did this happen? It's really simple. It's just supply and demand. You've got over 30 wealthy nations all trying to buy tanks, missiles, and bullets at the exact same time. The demand just goes vertical. The factories can't possibly keep up. So what happens? Prices explode. You want a perfect insane example? Look at a standard artillery shell. A few years back, one of these cost about $2,000. Today, you're lucky if you can get one for $8,000. That's a 400% price hike for the exact same thing. 4 times the cost for the same bang. So who wins in a situation like this? Well, duh, the defense companies. The CEO of one of the biggest weapons makers in the world literally said on a call with investors that the war in Eastern Europe was a, quote, benefit to their business. Let that sink in. Tension is good for business. And that brings us to the real, original secret of what NATO is all about. All right, this is the big pivot. To really understand today's crisis, you have to go back to the beginning, back to why NATO was created in the first place. And I guarantee you, the reason is not what you think. It was never just about the tanks. Think about it. After World War II, Europe was a wasteland. The US started pumping in money with the Marshall Plan to help rebuild. But then the Berlin blockade happened, and everyone realized that money alone couldn't fix the real problem: fear. Who is going to invest their savings to build a factory if they think it's just going to get invaded and destroyed? Nobody. And this right here is the single most important idea in this whole explainer. NATO did not pour the concrete. It did not restart the factories. It did something way more powerful. It made rebuilding Europe investable. You see, its real mission was to be an economic guarantee. It was the world's biggest insurance policy. By creating this massive security shield, it basically took the risk of another major war off the table. That security made investors feel safe, and that feeling of safety is what convinced private companies to pour in the capital that actually rebuilt Europe. So how does all this history connect to the mess we're in today? It's because NATO was always an economic system first and a military system second. And right now, that economic system is breaking down right before our eyes. A threat made by a politician in Washington can directly cause a farmer's fertilizer bill to skyrocket in Italy. That in turn spooks the bond markets, which can then threaten the value of some retiree's pension fund in Manchester. These aren't separate events. It's all one giant, interconnected, and very fragile system. And the conclusion here is pretty stark. The era of subsidized security, where the world could count on one superpower to kind of keep things stable, it's over. Done. And what's replacing it is a much messier, much more chaotic, and frankly, a structurally more expensive world for everyone. That old security umbrella that kept the global economy mostly dry for nearly 80 years, well, it's folding up. And the question that all of us are now facing is a simple one, but it's also terrifying. What is the real price of this new reality going to be?